The Sirex noticilio is an insect a part of the Siracidae family, commonly known to infect and kill pine trees. Today, we will be talking about the impacts, biology, and management associated with this invasive species found all over the planet. Oh, excuse me. As I was saying, the Sirex noticilio, otherwise known as the Sirex wood wasp, is known as a secondary pest, meaning that it only harms and kills unhealthy pine trees. And to begin with, they are a native species to Europe, Asia, and North Africa. Sirex wood wasps like to target pine trees for reasons that we don't understand. They also target weakened and susceptible trees that may have been affected through droughts and forest fires. Now, the way that they harm and infest these trees is through the drilling of holes into the tree trunk. Here, they lay eggs, as well as a combination of cytotoxic mucus and a symbiote fungi. What these do is that they induce wood rot and ultimately lead to tree death. Now, symptoms of infestation may include yellow chlorosis along with drill holes into the base trunk of the tree. Now, these symptoms can occur anytime within 1 to 2 weeks. So, as of right now, it's only present in 2 Canadian provinces, Quebec and Ontario. But as it further solidifies its population and spreads to the rest of Canada, it could pose a real threat to ecological health and diversity. It could also be a problem to species who are reliant on pine trees. For example, the Kirkland warbler, otherwise known as the jack pine bird, is reliant on jack pines as their natural habitat, and without them, would not be able to survive. Economically, there is yet to be a significant impact in North America. Although in 2008, it was actually estimated that in 20 years, Quebec and Ontario would lose around $254.1 million per year with the establishment of the wood wasp. That's a lot of money. The first introduction as an invasive species was actually in New Zealand in 1920. Here it was found killing pine trees in overly dense plantations. From here it spread to Australia in 1950 and then to South America in 1980. In the southern hemisphere, it grew to such large proportions that it actually started to act as a primary pest, meaning that it actually killed healthy and strong trees rather than weak and unhealthy ones. This has caused severe economic losses in the timber industries, with an estimated $750 million lost in the hemisphere. The spread of Sirex wood wasp is thought to be due to the transportation of already tampered and infected wood from Europe, Asia, and North Africa. With the lack of natural predators, Sirex wood wasp bred almost too easily. So in 2004, it finally spread to North America. Concluding with North America, the Sirex wood wasp has spread everywhere on the planet that includes pine trees. The impact in North America has yet to be fully established, but currently there are also no government laws in North America to stop the spread of the Sirex wood wasp. So the life cycle of a wood wasp starts when they are deposited into a pine tree via the female wood wasp. Here they spend most of their lives as larvae, from around 1 to 3 years. And they can survive through varying amounts of moisture, but they generally like it wetted. So it begins by a female wood wasp drilling into the tree trunk and depositing 3 eggs. In a drill hole next to that first one, they then deposit a cytotoxic mucus along with a symbiotic fungi called Amylostrium aereatum. So the role of this fungi is very important in the development and health of these wood wasps. What this fungi does is that it actually breaks down the wood components cellulose and lignin into digestible components that the larvae can feed on. So you can see that a healthy population of wood wasps are very dependent on the transfer of this symbiote fungi. Wood wasps also take around 16 to 18 days to hatch and prefer temperatures around 7 degrees. They hatch in midsummer to around late August generally. When the larvae develops, they undergo multiple instar periods, and now this is when they are within the tree. And they can go through these periods around 6 to 12 times, with the larger ones having more than the unhealthy and smaller ones. Now, as they develop, they consume more and more of the wood, tunneling deeper through the sapwood. Now, this increases the stress and damage to the tree. Once they have fully developed, they emerge from the tree, and from here, they don't live that long. So, male wood wasps average up to 12 days, and females only live up to 5.
Sirex wood wasps are actually a haplodiploidy species, meaning that unfertilized eggs actually result in males and fertilized eggs result in females.
So, in the practice of managing wood wasp populations, the silviculture methods used were primarily thinning and pruning. Now, the timing of these practices are quite important because the act of pruning and thinning can damage trees and that can leave them susceptible to Sirex wood wasp infestation. So, the best thing to do here is to do these methods not during the times of hatching in the summer, so midsummer to August. Now, another control method for the Sirex wood wasp is actually biological control. So, agents such as the Ebalia wasp, which is a breed of giant wasp, has been introduced to areas in Australia and South America and has been seen to be effective to hunt and reduce populations of the wood wasp. Now, usually there's a lot of concerns with introducing a new species into the area with how it will affect the ecosystem and the health of the environment. But so far, in these cases of Australia and South America, no negative side effects have been reported on, only the effective eradication of the Sirex wood wasp. So, to summarize, Sirex noctilio, otherwise known as the Sirex wood wasp, is a native species of insect from Europe, Asia, and North Africa. They spread invasively to the continents of Australia, South America, and North America. Here, they ravage pine tree stands, which is their preferred house, and cost the timber industry millions upon millions of dollars. They also affect biodiversity and environments through the killing of pine trees. Multiple management programs have been put in to really cull their effect since the 1900s. This includes silviculture practices along with biological control. Now, in Canada, they have not have yet had a firm population, but it's estimated that within following years, they could cost the timber industries in Quebec and Ontario alone hundreds of millions of dollars each year.